reasonable. We don't know what the strategy is.
All right, well, the president taking some heat from the left over jobs. Is that why he's pushing for more spending now? Heather McGhee fully supports the president and what he's doing. She is Washington director of Demos. That is a liberal think tank. Heather, welcome to the program. Now, as we just said moments ago, we are already piling up the debt to the tune of $4 billion each and every day. If we spend more money, we add to that. Are you comfortable with adding on even more than $4 billion a day?
It doesn't feel like it right now from where you and I are sitting here near Congress, but we're actually at a near depression in many neighborhoods in this community. And so if these extremist politicians really cared about the American people as much as they care about seeing the president fail, they would actually not be trying to force him to do something we know is going to cost jobs.
But
we
wait a
know
second.
that cutting spending is going to cost jobs.
I asked you about adding to the debt. We've just been downgraded. For the first time, America's been downgraded because we're adding to our debt. Are you really comfortable with adding even more in the face of a downgrade? Are you really?
The best way to reduce the deficit and the debt is to put Americans back to work. In 1937, FDR did what these right-wing Republicans are trying to make the president do, which is cut the fuel line out of our economic engine, which is cutting spending in the middle of a weak economy. And you know what happened? Unemployment shot up.
Well, the alternative view is surely, Heather, the alternative view is we spent $1 trillion. We spent $1 trillion on stimulus and extra government spending. We tried to put people to work. The federal government did.
The federal government did.
Money. The money was spent, and we didn't get much for it. You proposed to double down and repeat the process. Are you really comfortable with this?
Ronald Reagan's chief economist, this is not just coming from liberal economic policy experts like myself. Ronald Reagan's chief economist says that we have to spend more. This is not actually a debate that economists are having. It's a debate that politicians are having in order to save their jobs. Does he say that the government has to spend more? Everyone knows that we need to.
No, I think that Mr. Reagan's policy advisor is talking about altering the tax code so that you get private enterprise to spend more and individuals to spend more, not the government to spend more.
No, that's not actually right. We have there's not really an economic disagreement about the need for more of what keeps our economy going right now, which is spending.
There is a difference between government spending and private
consumers aren't spending.
Come on, Heather, there is a difference between government spending and private spending.
Yes, that's right. Government spending is more powerful, dollar for dollar.
More powerful? Then why didn't the $1 trillion worth of government spending work better than it did? Why not? And why did Ronald Reagan's program of having individuals and private enterprise spend more money, why did that work? If you're saying that government spending is more powerful, how come the first trillion didn't work?
Spending was higher under Ronald Reagan than it has been under President Obama. So let's first of all agree on some facts. But the issue is that we had a $2 trillion hole when Wall Street crashed the economy, and we tried to plug that up with a $1 trillion stimulus at the federal level while states were firing teachers and firefighters and nurses. And we still have government at every level shedding jobs.
Let's go to the facts.
And that's what the right wing wants to keep doing.
I'm quite prepared to go to the facts on this one. When Ronald Reagan took office, it was a very nasty recession. He pulled back tax rates, liberated private enterprise, and a couple of years after the end of that recession, we were growing at 7%. Fast forward to President Obama. He spends $1 trillion worth of government money, and at the same time, after the recession ended, we still have an unemployment rate of 9% and a growth rate of about 1.5%. That is the difference between private enterprise stimulus and government stimulus. One works, one doesn't. And you propose to do more of what does not work.
So what exactly do you think is holding back private enterprise, which is sitting on $2 trillion of cash right now?
Confidence about the future. This regulatory regime that we've got imposed upon them, the tax rates,
which is the engine of the economy.
No, it is confidence in the future about the regulatory burden upon them and the tax burden that is upon them with the 35% highest in the world tax rate. That's it.
Corporate America has never, ever in the history of our country paid lower taxes than they have in the past few years.
Yes, that's because they're leaving the profits overseas rather than pay a confiscatory 35% bringing back home. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm terribly sorry. I'm out of time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have given you the last word. I'm sorry about
It's all right. We just need to put Americans back to work.
I think we could agree. Heather, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Remember this.